Her words didn't just land, they carved through the room, slicing the air between us with surgical precision. "Don't touch me," she said. "I have self-respect." No anger, no hesitation, just that cold, polished line she must have practiced somewhere else first. I stood there, hand frozen inches from her arm, watching her step back like I carried some invisible contamination she couldn't risk catching. The lamp behind her flickered, throwing her shadow long across the floor, taller, sharper, almost predatory. That shadow spoke more truth than her voice ever had. I didn't respond. I didn't argue, beg, or demand. I only watched, observed, memorized the angle of her jaw, the way she avoided my eyes, the tremor she tried to hide. People underestimate silence. But in silence, you can hear everything. She turned away, reaching for her phone on the dresser. The screen lit her face. Soft blue. Guilty blue. I didn't ask who she was texting. I didn't have to. The message tone, short, discreet, is the kind that belongs to someone who has something to protect, or someone they shouldn't be texting at midnight in our bedroom after pushing away the person who vowed to stand beside them. I stepped back, letting the quiet stretch until it became unbearable. Not for me, for her. When I said goodnight, she didn't answer, but the phone buzzed again. And in that moment, hearing a notification meant for someone who wasn't me, I knew something was wrong. Deeply wrong. Something she wasn't ready to say. Something I wouldn't ask. Not yet. The next morning, she was all brightness and routine, overcompensating with forced cheerfulness as she set her coffee cup on the counter, as if last night had dissolved into air, as if I'd imagined everything. People forget that pretending is a confession too. She avoided physical contact again. A step back here, a deflection there, an excuse about being tired, stressed, needing space. Each excuse carefully wrapped in polite tones, but underneath them I could smell it. Distance. Manufactured distance. And that distance carried fingerprints. Her phone stayed close to her all day. Screen tilted away, password changed, notifications suddenly switched off. If guilt had a rhythm, it would look exactly like that. She didn't notice me watching. She never imagined I could be quiet on purpose. She mistook my stillness for obliviousness. She always did. At lunch, she said she'd be late from work because of an unexpected meeting. Her eyes darted away when she said it. A microsecond too fast, a microsecond too rehearsed. I nodded, calm, controlled. Inside, suspicion coiled like smoke. People don't usually change overnight, but something in her already had. Something she couldn't hide because she wasn't disciplined enough to bury it the way I buried things. I'd mastered silence long before she decided to weaponize it. That night, when she came home smelling like aftershave that didn't belong to either of us, she walked past me without a word. Her heels clicked too quickly. Her hands trembled when she removed her earrings. Little signs, quiet signs, enough to confirm what my instincts whispered. Infidelity doesn't always start with a kiss. Sometimes it starts with a sentence. Don't touch me. I have self-respect. Or maybe she said it because someone else already had. The next day, I started looking. Not obsessively, not desperately, strategically. A phone record request here, a login to our shared cloud backup there, a quiet scan of deleted messages. The truth doesn't hide well from patience. Patterns emerged. Late-night calls to a single number. Frequent messages marked deleted. Photos that no longer existed but left timestamps behind. Location pings that didn't match her stories. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is emotional. Investigation is surgical. During dinner, I listened to her explain how exhausted she was. Her tone trembled under the weight of her own lies. She couldn't keep them balanced. They slipped. They cracked. They revealed things she didn't intend. At night, she slept away from me, her back turned. Distance, again. But distance becomes a map if you know how to read it. When she drifted to sleep, her phone screen reflected faint blue lights against the wall. Backup complete. Data synced. I copied what I needed. I found the photos first. Cropping, angles, half bodies, never faces. People think they're smart when they crop out identities. They forget metadata exists. They forget GPS tags don't lie. Hotel, Tuesday, 3:14 p.m. The same afternoon she said she had a team meeting. I stared at the evidence until the room felt colder than her sentence last night. Not rage, not heartbreak, just clarity. Truth sharpens a person. The results? Phone logs, location data, the hotel bill I ordered from customer support arrived that evening. Everything aligned too perfectly, almost disappointingly predictable. When she walked in from work, I didn't speak. I placed a printed page on the table. No context, no explanation. She froze. Her eyes skimmed the page once, twice. Her color drained, leaving her face pale and exposed. She looked up at me as if searching for some softness, some mercy. There was none. "Where were you on Tuesday?" I asked. I already knew the answer. She opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again, like a fish thrashing in air. The panic in her eyes wasn't about what she'd done. It was about the fact that she'd been caught without warning. I can explain." I didn't ask for an explanation. Silence fell like a blade. She broke first, shoulders shaking, hands trembling, breath uneven. Her collapse was loud, desperate, chaotic. My stillness was louder. The next morning she approached me with a dozen demands, questions, pleas, desperate attempts to reclaim control. "Can we talk?" No. "Please listen." No. "Can we fix this?" No. Finally she snapped. "Why are you acting like this?" I looked at her the same way she looked at me that night. "Don't ask me for anything," I said quietly. "I have self-respect too." The words were surgical, precise, fatal. Her face collapsed. Rage, hurt, disbelief, everything churned at once. She reached for me. I stepped back the same way she had. Now she felt the distance. Now she tasted it. Reversal is a simple revenge, but it's devastating when executed with calm precision. She broke, completely. That night, I packed lightly. Not in anger, not in haste, just finally. She begged, cried, collapsed in doorways. But tears can't glue truth back together. I walked out with the same silence she once mistook for weakness. She taught me distance. I mastered it. In the end, betrayal didn't destroy me. It only removed what was already rotting. The door clicked behind me, soft, final, clean. Some endings don't require fire, just closure, and the will to walk away without looking back.